Oh my god, you like Pfeiffer? You like Pfeiffer. You like Pfeiffer. I can't believe you like Pfeiffer. Oh my god, you like Pfeiffer? What the hell's wrong with Pfeiffer? Pfeiffer's hot as What's going on, guys, and welcome to another round of 31 Days of Horror. I'm Morgan, film fan. Let's jump into some scares. First up is The Gallows. Now, this was released in 2015, and this is a found footage film. And basically what we have going on here is we have this guy named Reese, and he's basically practicing to be in a school play, pretty much, like a high school play. And he has this buddy named Ryan who's basically carrying a camera around all the time. And I must say, this is one of those films that everybody complains that there's no reason to be filming it, really. And why is this guy carrying a camera around and filming everything? It pretty much plays that cliche to a T. Now, this guy's practicing to be in this play that's called The Gallows, and now The Gallows has a bit of a history because at the very beginning of the film, there's not a flashback, but kind of a throwback to what happened on the 29th of October in 93, where there was an accident during the production of The Gallows and during a practice, I believe, or maybe it happened during the actual play's, performance or whatnot. Anyways, there was a stage accident and this kid ended up being hung, like, in reality, where it was supposed to be staged and everything, but the floor collapsed way before it should have, and this kid was hung and killed, pretty much. His name was Charlie Grimmel. And this whole play is basically tainted because of this kid. And, everybody basically doesn't mention his name, but 20 years later, this film takes place in 2013, although it came out in 2015. They're pretty much revamping the play kind of thing. And this guy named Reese, he's a huge jock. He's on the football team. Like I said, he has this buddy named Ryan, who you absolutely hate throughout the entire film. He's recording everything. He really doesn't want Reese to be in this play. He keeps putting Reese down. Reese is pretty much in this play basically for a credit, you can tell. Like, he really doesn't have his heart and soul into it. He's basically doing it for the girl and doing it for, like, a free credit in high school or whatnot. And there's this other character who is the female lead in the play. Her name is Pfeiffer. And he obviously has a really big crush on Pfeiffer. But Pfeiffer is, like, a drama nerd, and she's taking this play 100% seriously, where Reese is not. And then his buddy Ryan comes up with this brilliant idea where they're going to sneak into the school at night and basically destroy the set so that Reese doesn't have to be in the production anymore. And Reese, for some reason, goes along with it. Obviously, you can tell that it's obviously because his heart and soul isn't into the play, but at the same time, it's kind of random that he would even be there in the first place. I mean, and everybody is always hounding on him for having a crush on Pfeiffer too, which I find weird. All the dialogue in this film, especially in the first act and the first part of the film, they're all talking to each other like fifth graders. It's really weird dialogue for high school students, especially when they're supposed to, I believe, be seniors. But they just talk to each other very weird. There's a cheerleader character whose name is Cassidy, and she's basically dating Ryan, and she's involved with this plan and going at night to this stage and, destroying the stage after hours or whatnot. They end up being caught, of course, by Pfeiffer, and Pfeiffer, being the drama nerd that she is, she's at the school after hours and catches them. She doesn't know that she doesn't know what their intentions are, but she's basically catches them being there after hours and are wondering why they're there. But regardless, they get locked in the school, they get locked in this stage auditorium kind of thing, and then hauntings start to happen by this character named Charlie Grimmel, who's basically haunting the auditorium. And then you get some reveals where Reese's father was involved in the play in '93, and if it wasn't for him bailing last minute, then Charlie wouldn't have died, and yada yada yada. This film is very lacking in events. I mean, there's not much memorable to it whatsoever. I mean, the most memorable thing that I could think of is Ryan climbing a ladder and then flunging off like Poltergeist style, just completely, like being thrown across the room kind of thing. And it was just meh. Like, they try for jump scares, they just don't work. The very final scene, which doesn't make any sense at all, but it involves a police raid into Pfeiffer's home, where Pfeiffer somehow is located back home again, even though it doesn't show any scenes of her like leaving the stage or stadium. But somehow she's back home with her mother, and there's this really creepy scene where her mother is like combing her hair, and then they're all like possessed kind of, and then they start staring at the cops. So I found that scene really creepy, although it didn't make any sense whatsoever. Overall, like, the film's just a jumble mess. Like, I really wish that there was more happening. If this was like a first feature from a college student or something like that, or like a first feature from somebody straight out of film school, then I can see the potential in it, because they had the idea in the right place, and it's definitely a creepy plot and a creepy subject matter to deal with, but it just wasn't executed in the sense where it's memorable. That's it's one of the most forgettable films that I've seen in a long time. I mean, I'm not going to say it's the worst found footage film that I've ever seen, and if you're a fan of found footage, you should definitely check it out. But being alongside other fantastic found footage films, it definitely wears that trope of, why is this guy filming at this time? Why is he filming? What's the reason that he's carrying the camera around when all this shit is going down? And overall, I don't know. Especially with the second act of the film, it was pretty boring. But that's... I mean, it does have some like red hues for a big part of the film too, when the fire alarm goes off, pretty much. And then after that, it's basically like a fire alarm going off with this like red hue kind of tint, all in black going on, like red and black kind of silhouette. And it played off for a nice effect in that sense, and the cinematography was decent for that. But I don't know. I was expecting more to happen than ended up happening in the Gallows, and that's basically my final synopsis. It was okay. I mean, I give it a 22 out of 100. Why out of 100? Because I hate decimals. And that's basically what I land on it. And Pfeiffer's hot as shit, so if you're watching it for Pfeiffer, Pfeiffer is gorgeous. Again, I don't know what's with the fifth grader dialogue going on. Oh my god, you like Pfeiffer? And they're supposed to be like high school seniors. But yeah, Pfeiffer's pretty gorgeous. And the guy carrying the camera, I couldn't stand. Even his motive to just, put down his buddy Reese, who's on the football team, just because he's a jock and he shouldn't be in drama or whatnot. The whole motive is just stupid, but it is what it is. It was an alright film. It's an alright starter for 31 Days of Horror. Like I said, all the 31 Days of Horror films that I watch are first-time watches, so this is the first time that I watched this film. And basically that's what I got on it, so... I'll be back tomorrow with another review, and until then, subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews, and there will be lots more to come. So welcome to 31 Days of Horror. I am glad to be here, and I will chat soon. So take care, and cheers.